Hello everyone and welcome to How to Brave Souls, the mini-series where I kind of teach you how to play the game or, how to do something in the game that maybe you weren't equipped to do before. Today's episode's gonna be kind of a little bit shorter, hopefully. I don't like to keep them long, I know the other two have been pretty long, but this one's gonna be how to build a team. Before I showed you how to build an episode, this time I show you how to build a team. I'm gonna start off with PVE. I'll do PvP, but in another video. Like I said, I don't want these to be over 10 minutes. It's too long for a video. But yeah, here we go. So let's just assume there's two kinds of really teams, because really if you're going in for something like this, like the crystal drops or even the point events that's up there, any team will do. As long as they're a decent enough level, you can really take 5 stars and auto it with ease. Like, it's not that hard. So we're going to focus on some stuff that are a little harder. Maybe the raid characters for some people that don't have that many characters or don't have that many, that long in the game. Or, maybe their accessories aren't that good. We can build a team to kind of help that out. Or you can also use this in the droplet event or the inherit zones. But since they're not out, I'll just kind of explain it and you guys can apply that knowledge when that comes out. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to take the Eisen raid, for example. I'm not gonna actually go on the raid, but I do want to show you guys here what you want to do when you're building a character, a team specifically for a raid or whatever. If you're going for a specific raid, you want to look at the raid's requirements. You're gonna see that you're facing off against Eisen. He's got a captain killer, so you gotta kind of be careful about that. It's not that big of a deal since he is the boss, but really this is what's important. You gotta see what characters there are there. For example, your enemies you're going to be fighting are going to be hollows, so you kind of want to take that into consideration. It's not super important, but on an event or a mission that has a specific attribute, obviously you want to go with the attribute that's good against it. Let's start with that first. We'll cover some like inheritance zones or even the droplet event for events that don't have a specific attribute. So let's start with blue. What you want to do, if you have a healer, always take a healer. Like I said, most of us can probably auto the Eisen raid, but in events like inheritance zones or whatever, sometimes it can't be autoed. So you want to take a healer. I know I have Nana here somewhere. There you are. So you want to take a healer, and luckily Nana has a Hollow Killer, which is what we're going to be fighting, so that actually comes in handy. Like I said, that part is just a bonus. Really, if you have something that's good against the attribute, you're fine. I think it's 50% extra damage anyway, and the Hollow Killer just adds an extra 20, so that's going to be good with that. Next, you kind of want to take a character. The other two characters you take can be kind of anything. I would personally recommend a strong attack recharge character, something that can attack constantly, or maybe a character with a strong attack recharge build. In this case, Nanao also fills that, but I would like to replace that and take that role, the strong attack role. I'd like to give it to Ichigo if I could find him ever. There you are. So that's what it is. I'm gonna put Nanao last just because, like I said, as a healer, while she is really good as a healer and actually attacking, sometimes you kind of want to put them last so they don't come out first. That's up to you. It's really, you can just flip it with the push of a button. That's all it takes. And the last character really could be anything. You can actually take a character like Kenny here who has the boost, or a ranged character. Ranged character is always nice. Ichigo's that ranged character for this one. The third character, really, it does matter kinda, obviously, because you'd have an extra good character. But really what you want to take is the healer, and you want to take a strong attack character, preferably that's ranged. Any character that's ranged. In this case, I have 2 ranged characters, but let's say I was doing like a blue raid, then I'd want to take a green healer if I had one. I don't think I do. And someone like him who has a boost, who has a strong attack recharge link. He also has a strong attack recharge link, so we can take him. And I don't think I have a green healer, but a healer is always a plus. But yeah, that's how you build a team like that. Now, when it comes to stuff kind of like the droplet zones, where you're not going to be fighting a very specific character, a very specific attribute, and very specific mobs. For example, I believe those droplet zones have like two different ones. Could be Soul Reaper, could be Hollow. So it could be anything from Soul Reaper, Hollow, and Arankar. They usually pick 2 out of those and throw them in there. That's actually where the I don't think I have one in this, a decent one. Actually, no, I do. That's where the tag team characters come in handy, because droplet zones and stuff like inheritance zones and droplet zones that are really tough typically increase the healer. Increase the killer. The killer ability goes up. So if you have a tag team character, I would recommend taking that tag team character, unless, no, even if they have a killer, like, for example, this chick, what's her name? Rangiku. Rangiku has an Arankar and a Hollow killer, which makes her amazing in stuff that has Arankar and Hollows in it. If you have an inheritance zone or let's say use droplet zone as an example, that has both Arankars and Hollows in it, you're golden, because those, you're basically doing double damage, because the killer is multiplied by 5 and they do 20% more damage. So bam, you do 100% more damage with their attacks, which is nice. I'll also recommend taking, obviously, a healer. Definitely take a healer for this, but definitely I'd say take a ranged character. So she covers the ranged character. Nana would cover the healing, of course, and then I guess you can take another. I wouldn't recommend for characters like that. If you're gonna take a NAD character, if you're gonna take a character with normal attack, make it a fast one. I don't have I don't have Tenza Zangetsu White Tenza on this one, but say Yoroichi, for example. And this is actually a good idea, is to take characters with different attributes for the droplet zone specifically, because you're not only gonna fight red characters, so you're gonna want to take something to beat the characters that a blue character cannot beat. Say green characters, you may want to take a red character like this guy. So do I have a red healer? I don't think, yes I do. Okay, let's just use her as an example. So this is actually a pretty good team, because you have a character that has a 2 killers and is ranged, which is nice. A character with a NAD, which is always nice. Like I said, it's probably best to get a character with a fast normal attack. Kenny has a decent normal attack, he does a lot of damage, but it's not very fast, and you kind of want to rely on knockdown with some of these opponents, some of these missions. You kind of want to have a character that's fast, because it'll knock the enemies down. With Kenpachi, it does do a lot of damage. He does end up killing him. He does have damage reduction, but in the end, they'll just use their strong attacks and paralyze you or poison you or something, and that's just not going to end well. So that's why Yoroichi is a good fit, because she kind of, she knocks them down, and then before they get a chance to use their poison or whatever. And then you have a character that can heal. A healer, in this case she's ranged, obviously doesn't have to be. It's best if they're ranged, but doesn't have to be. But that's how you build a team. That's how you build a good team. That's what I recommend that you would take. Obviously I wouldn't take these, the 2 of them aren't 200, but I would recommend you take these for take this advice, and kind of build your own teams in that way. Kind of have these in your head, of the double killer and the healer and the range and the knockdown and everything, to build your own team. But yeah, that's how you build a team. I'll be covering how to build a PvP team in the next video, probably. But until then, have a good one. Take care.